Welcome back. In today's very special edition of Tutorial Tidbit, I'm going to teach you how to make Valentine cards. Now, I've got something super exciting to share with you with regards to our Valentine card process. These are brand new stencils. This is a brand new stencil designed by me, paper paintings, and produced by Joggles. It is one of 15 brand new designs, a combination of stencils and masks that are available for ordering on Joggles' website as of January 15th, 2020. So it's super exciting. I have been experimenting making these cards with my gel plate and my brayer and my stencils, my Stencil Designs. So this one is after Klimt. It's called Klimt Memory, and it's got some great spirals and some Klimt shapes in it. This one is another fun one that I really, really love. I'm going to give you links to all these below. Here's another chunky circular one that's been fun for Valentine cards. Chunky spirals. Who doesn't love spirals? This one is a mask. There's a rose-shaped mask. And like I said, I've only begun experimenting with them. I have 15 designs. I've got others such as square, stripes, Van Gogh spirals, roses, another mask, a little hard to see that one, another mask called My Mother's Garden, that one, Italian Wedding, fans and fronds, deconstructed berries and leaves. Oh no, I'm sorry, this one is deconstructed daisies. Deconstructed, this is berries and leaves. Another mask, drizzle. Feel free to use any stencils that you already have available in your studio, but I would love for you to also consider one or two or all 15 of my new designs because they're at a great price point with Joggles. The stencils are about $6, I believe, or right close to a $6 price point, which is a great price point. So first of all of the designs of the cards that I'm going to show you examples of, these heart shapes are created with masks that I cut out of Tyvek, which is the material that the priority mail envelopes from the post office are made out of. So basically, I'm going to fold the material in half and cut half of a heart shape, just like we did when we made Valentines as kids. So when you do that and you open it up, you've got a heart, and because the envelope has two halves, you've got two. So these will be the masks that we'll be using for this card lesson. So on this one, I created a double stencil pattern underneath, used the heart masks, and then did a ghost print on top of the whole thing. The ghost print is actually of this stencil right here. So it's very pale, and it was with gold, and it goes over the front of the whole thing. On this one, I used the gold ghost print of this stencil right here. And I'm working on brown craft blank cards with also brown craft blank envelopes. And I picked these up at my local Michael's store. So I'm starting with a nice brown tone, medium brown tone to begin with. I placed my gold ghost print from that stencil onto the card. And you'll notice also that I'm doing the whole card so I can run it on the full gel plate. I did that, and then I put the heart Tyvek masks down, and then I printed a full print of blue that picked up off the gel plate some residual of that same stencil from another print that was done in red. So it's layers and layers. Here on this one, I did two tones of yellow ochre and nickel azo gold. Then I put the heart masks down, and then I did magenta around the outside edge. So I've got several more really in the same process or a similar process, ghost prints and masks. So I'm going to show you, talk you through my favorite one, and then I'm going to just tell you it's about experimenting. So we're going to take the brown craft card blank. I'm going to take my brayer and spread out some iridescent golden fluid acrylic. I'm gonna put this rose mask over the top. I'm gonna put my card blank down up to one end. And then I'm gonna make use of this space to take my envelope and print a strip across the top. So I'm gonna put that right there. Then I've got an extra clean piece of paper that I'm gonna use so that I don't get any paint places I don't want it. And I'm gonna give myself that first gold mask print. I'm gonna remove the envelope and you can see the pattern across the top. Move the card, you can see that pattern. And now I've got a ghost print underneath this mask. So I'm gonna take a second card and a second envelope and print that ghost print. So I'm gonna lift it, put the card here, working quickly, put the envelope here. Now I've transferred the ghost print onto both the envelope and the card. So my next layer, I'm going to use nickel azo gold. And on this one, I'm going to do the chunky spirals. So I'm going to come back with my first print. Now I've got two beautiful rich layers of two different stencil patterns with the metallic gold and the nickel azo gold on both the envelope and the card. And I've got a little bit of paint that's remaining down in between this stencil. So I'm gonna take my trusty cleanup sheet and get a little bit of that paint out so I have a cleaner ghost print. Now there's no paint down in between the spaces. And I'm gonna take the ghost print and I'm gonna take yet another card blank and put it on that one. So I'm lifting up the stencil, grabbing another envelope. So now I've got the ghost print of the chunky spirals on a card all on its own. And now I'm going to come back to our double layer one. I'm going to use the opaque teal. I'm going to arrange, now over here is going to be the front of your card on the left-hand side. So if you wanted to use a bigger heart over there or whatever you want to do in your composition, remember that this is going to be the front. I run the art all the way across the whole card. I also cut some hollow ones out. I let them run off the edge of the page. Then I'm going to take my double printed and I'm going to line it right up in the middle so that I get all the hearts across it. I'm not going to do the envelope on this one. I'm just going to leave my envelope double printed like that. It's beautiful across the top. It doesn't interfere with the postage system that way. Don't run it across the bottom. They reserve the bottom for the zip code reader. I learned that the hard way. So now my heart-shaped masks and my teal opaque paint is blocking out the background, allowing that beautiful two-tone to show through in heart shapes. Now I've got extra paint around here, so I'm going to take my cleanup sheet. Before I remove those heart masks, I'm going to take my cleanup sheet to get that off. That's going to give me a nice clean ghost print when I lift up my Tyvek. Now these are brand new heart that I just started using. The longer you use them and the paint builds up, they leave more paint underneath. So they get better with age and use. I'm carefully lifting them up to leave the ghost print underneath. And then I'm going to take this prepared spiral and transfer those very quickly. Look at how beautiful that is. And that's just my cleanup sheet. Now I've transferred my ghost printed hearts on top of my chunky spiral stencil. I'm going to go back and look at this one that has the ghost print of the rose stamp, and I'm going to do my nickel azo gold on that one. Now I've got two stencils overlapping. And again, I've got two stencil patterns with the gold and the nickel azo gold. And I've got another ghost print here that I can put on yet another card, or I'm gonna let it dry, lift it up and let it dry. We'll apply primary magenta over that dried ghost print. Applying this one right over the hearts. Now I've got beautiful patterns of two-tone showing through the hearts and a little bit of ghost print of the teal that's popping through, which is rather nice. Another thing you can do is you can take off one and apply it to your envelope. Maybe you want to put it on the back flap. So we'll put that this way. And there you've got a heart on the back flap of your envelope. You could take off another single one and add it to this one where we did the ghost prints of the blue. There we go. That worked out well. So there you have it. We did the envelope flap, the front across the top. We created a ghost print effect and some selective hearts. We created a mask with the Tyvek shapes with 2 layers of stencil underneath. And the same thing again with a different color combo. It's endless layering, and experimenting. I think you're going to love my new stamp designs from joggles.com, which are 15 designs available on January 15th. And thank you for being here.